God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
And we're here live. I would like to apologize for dropping the ball on this one here tonight. We had some technical difficulties here on Vspeed, but we got it up and running. And here we are live from the virtual Glen International Raceway with Jeremy Burns, who started up on the pole here tonight. We had a little bit of a late entry, so we didn't get the grid. Had some resolution scaling issues, but here tonight, with the timer up on the screen, let's put the ticker up and let these guys cross the line. Estimated time here, for some reason, showing 58 minutes, but as soon as they cross the line, hopefully we can get a lap count. There it is, 41 laps here tonight in the QSR Simulations. Race number 5 of the season. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, and here tonight, a little bit of a troublesome start, but so far, we've seen some good action here. These drivers getting around this place rather well. I'm having some issues still with my sound overall. Hopefully we can get that resolved soon enough. There we go. Now we have some headset audio coming through in the mixer. If you're joining me late, I was late as well. Back here in the 11th position, you've got Andrew Allen. Let's see if we can get our driver cameras up and running and working now. One step at a time here tonight. It's been an eventful moment here for me. We do have a few drivers in there that joined as well. So now that we can focus on our task at hand, the lead has jumped out to over 2 seconds, and we talked to Jeremy Burns last week in the post-race after that sneak-away win from the 2, Zach Deutscher, who dominated at Charlotte. We come here at Watkins Glen. Jeremy said that he does really well at road courses. He was excited to be here tonight, and as you can tell, he's doing rather well. This lead continues to stretch out. Tyler Harrison back in second position. He's keeping him honest. If there's any mistakes from the 19, 45 would be right there to pick up the slack. So for those of you that are not familiar with iRacing setup and its INI file, it's a configuration for rendering. I like to race as well, so I had 3 screens set up. Could not get it to stop. Kind of hard to broadcast with 3 screens. So I had to reboot the PC, did all that, went through my motions, kind of dropped the ball here tonight. I tell you he's not dropping the ball at the 19. He's put on another 3/10 that last time by, and he's just picking it up lap after lap. Last week, second place finisher back here in 6th position, Zach Deutscher, and not exactly sure where he qualified here tonight because my timing and scoring had to be broken. There he is, sitting in a solid top 10 here. And we didn't get a chance to talk about it, so we are going to talk about it now. The points battle here tonight. We got Chris Nail with the solid lead, but an interesting stat that I want to talk about overall. The entire top 10 completely winless here. And in the first 4 races, only going amongst 2 drivers. You can see Jeremy Burns with the 2 wins just outside the top 10. Looking like he's going to get another one here tonight. And then Kevin West, who hasn't made the last 2 races. He's not here again tonight. So that's the perspective that we have now, is a lot of drivers that are up here in the top 10 are winless. And so the situation for them, they're just trying to maintain over Jeremy Burns, but he's in a points-grabbing mood here tonight. 3 seconds now as he pulls away even more. Austin Ward in the 16. Having a solid day in the top 3. West actually is out there on the track. I guess I didn't catch the 17, so scratch what I said before. He's currently in the 4th spot. Everybody at home watching on the broadcast right now, you're calling me out, and for good reason. So back out on the track.
You can take it into 1.
We got a little bit of audio issues again. The more config files, I'm sure. Christmas made me lazy. I don't know about you folks. Pass for fifth place here. Chris Nail going by, or actually Deutscher going by for 5th on Chris Nail, who we just had audio with. So in order to fix that, we're going to take a quick commercial break and get a word from our race sponsor, and then we'll have our proper introduction and try to get everything situated as usual. We'll be back live on Vspeed right after this. There isn't a one-size-fits-all for almost anything in life, so don't settle for a one-size-fits-all setup. Eliminate the frustration in building with an AI-powered personalized toolkit to boost you forward to victory. Optimize your setup and improve your performance over those cookie-cutter builds used by the rest of the pack. Vantage is iRacing.com's first AI setup builder. Save your time and give back to your personal life. Vantage takes any setup for any track and adjusts it specifically to your needs. Choose from over 100 cars for any paved circuit. A custom-tailored experience that's easy to understand and tested to fit any driver style. Subscriptions as low as $8.50 per month. And for a limited time, new members get a 7-day free trial with unlimited access to all Vantage has to offer. Let OrangeSpeed Vantage free you of the endless loop of testing and get you back on track to victory lane. Visit orangespeedvantage.ai to get started. All right, back here live on Vspeed. And the proper introduction here tonight, so we get set for the remaining laps of this race. 32 laps left in the NSR, no sweat racing 100. Sorry, I'm just all over the place here tonight. QSR Simulations gonna bring you flag to flag racing, and I'm all out of whack here. I'm trying to get everything sorted. It's been a rough day. Watkins Glen International in Watkins Glen, New York, 2.54 miles, 11 corners, opened in 1948. And as you can see, it makes for some pretty decent racing. We've had a few guys that haven't been able to get around this place though here tonight. As you see here, the 77 of Zach White is struggling. He's had a tough start to this race. Austin Dowdy also a lap down in the number 88, so tough break for him. Joe Weaver off the track already, 6 laps down. I believe one of the drivers that went off track in the bus stop area. But overall, 3 cars a lap down. There's Ethan Wisnowski on 1 lap down in 16th position. And full course cautions completely turned off here. Another car going a lap down. It's actually Dowdy that's going to go 2 laps down now as the 19 of Burns passes him. Harrison in the 45 starting to get some heat from the 16 of Austin Ward. So the second position up for grabs here, and the 17 of West also closing in on this gap. The 48 of Chris Nail has lost quite a few spots. He's down to 7th, but here's the battle into 1 on Harrison. The 5 of Ethan Wisnowski moving out of the way and into 1 here, right up on the bumper now for the 16. The genuine Miller draft, number 17, or 16 rather, of Ward. Into the bus stop. They're approaching some more lap traffic here. That's the 88 of Dowdy getting out of the way into the carousel. And right up on the back bumper now for second. Still battle going on here as they come down across the line. Jeremy Burns is completely checked out from this battle. The longer that these two try to duke it out, the more ground that the 17 of West is going to make up. He's sitting back about 2.5 seconds as they go through the S's. On board with Tyler Harrison. And the carousel takes it a little bit wide here. And able to close the door. And you can hear him off that corner, very loose. And able to keep the power onto the pavement. And starting to pull ground back on the number 16. Let's check in back here with Chris Nail. He's under fire from the 12 of Brooks Potts. Quentin Stewart caught up. 3-way battle here from 6th to 8th. These drivers all separated by about half a second. Oh, car in the wall back there. Not sure who that was. Zach Rivali, the M&M's 00, hits the outside wall, exiting the final turn. Back up here with the battle with Potts, Chris Nail going to get through the S's rather well. Battle for second heating back up in front of them as I watch my telemetry. So back here into the bus stop, Quentin Stewart. They got lap traffic of Dowdy here going to the outside, and oh no, the 83 gets loose and Stewart's going to lose it through the carousel. He doesn't hit anything. But Quentin Stewart's going to lose 4 positions all the way back to 11th now. And so Potts put on the pressure, hit the intimidator button on the 83. He moves right out of the way. And now Harrison and Ward back and forth again. Austin Ward keeping pace with the 45 pretty much from the green. Staying on that rear bumper. Every shot that we have with the 45, he's had a miracle. And taking that carousel really wide, opening up the door. The 16's able to get the nose in there. And trying to put the power down, the 45's gonna make it work. But now into the last 2 turns, we're probably gonna see a peak to the inside here on the exit of what I consider turn 11. The sim considers turn 7. Here's the look now down the front stretch. Side by side into 1, and it looks like Ward's going to take over this position on lap 14. Oh, and Harrison gets a little loose there on the exit. They're both getting a little loose. Now up through the S's. Maybe a fight back here from Harrison. Both are really loose there, and they can't keep it together. 29 car off into the grass in the bus stop, locks it down. The other car shooting it through there. That's Joshua Thornton in the number 29, having a tough day. Still can't get it going. Lipton T29 just trying to stay out of the way here as he tries to regain control. There's the 48 of Chris Nail. So change for second. We're back here to Brooks Potts, who's lost the 48 car. Austin Ward hasn't really pulled away from the 45. Carter Lynn starting to catch up. The father-son duo here. Racing for 9th and the 3 last time by. He was a little bit slower, but this time around, he picks up a ton of time. On board here with the 3. I don't know if the 8 car made a mistake, but last time by, timing and scoring was showing the 8 car was a little bit faster for whatever reason, but that closing speed right there at the end of that lap. The 3 car really putting on the heat now as they go into the bus stop. Quentin Stewart trying to recover. He's about 2.5 back from this battle that we just saw in front of us, and Andrew Allen as the Intimidator number 3 in the rearview mirror as they come through the carousel. So this is the closest battle on the racetrack, separated by about 0.4 of a second. We can go up to Daryl Flanagan, who's less than a second behind the 12 of Potts. This battle heating up a little bit each lap. Flanagan was about a second faster last time by, a 1:16.1. Potts had a 1:17, so really off that last time by. Trying to catch up to Chris Hale, he lost about 2 seconds to the 48. So this accordion effect from 7th back to 10th happening before our eyes. Quentin Stewart shaves off about a 10th that lap, and he's faster than the guys in front of him. He has a lot of work to do, and not a lot of time left to do it. Jeremy Burns, though, he's led 15, we'll say 16 laps now as he comes across to start lap number 17. We were fortunate enough to keep that on check, to get back into the session just in time for the statistics on that to work. And the 19 car just doing a phenomenal job here tonight. Let's take an onboard view here with the number 19. Show you how to get around Watkins Glen International. Well, a little wide there on that bus stop. Nonetheless, he's been pretty fast. Last time by a 14.5. So 1:14.5, that's the fastest car on the racetrack. Next to Kevin West, who ran a high 14, or a 1:15. So actually it'd be Zach Deutscher, who be the second fastest car on the racetrack. In 4th position, 1:14.751. Still 0.2 of a second. Here he comes by for this one. This thing looks like a handful, doesn't it? The number 19 getting used to leading laps this season. Had a little bit of a late start. Comes out and wins 2 races. And the 16 really loose. Ward gonna lose a little time here through the S's. And Harrison, shark in the water right now. That lap car between them, that's the 33, Christian Rodrigo. He went a lap down a moment ago. He's in the 14th position. But tough struggles for some of these drivers, and the guy that's sticking it out, Zach White, is getting out of the way here. And some of these drivers seen it as a point stay, and you do what you got to do to try to maintain what you started with the intermediate tracks, the 1.5 miles. You don't want to come out here and miss a race. Kevin West, who did miss the Charlotte race, falling out of the top 10 in points. Back out here tonight with a top 5 possibility. There's still a lot of work left to be done. Zach Deutscher gets up into the top 5 a few laps ago. Now up to 4th spot and chasing down the 45 of Tyler Harrison. A couple tenths a lap. Jeremy Burns just putting up another time that I can't believe, a 1:14.272. That's over a second faster than the entire field. And he has no reason to push this thing any harder than he is, but he's still continuing to just burn laps up. It's going to take something dramatic, I think, here tonight, folks, to put this 19 off. He's going to have to mess up pit stops, hit a lap car, go off track dramatically. 8.5 seconds here as they come around to start lap 20. They're approaching the halfway point, and I would figure that at about lap 21, if they can make it to lap 21, you'll see the 19 car probably bring it down pit road. He has no reason to stretch this run out. Might as well pit halfway, know that you're good on fuel, and just run it out to the end. Losing a little bit of time there to Austin Ward that last time by, but not much. 0.02 of a second. So 14.241, and Ward's starting to turn up the heat. Evan West having some problems. Actually, he brought it down pit road. So the 17, the first to bring it down, lap 20. He should be good to the end of this race, but he falls back to 12th. And we'll see if we have any other takers down pit road. Not this time around. Jeremy Burns is going to stay out. The 16 of Ward. There's the 2 of Deutscher. The 45 struggling here. Tyler Harrison falls back to 4th. So the top 3, with the exception of Ward, kind of familiar here. Harrison with the 2-tire stop last week. The gamble that paid off for a podium finish. He was able to hold off a bunch of hard chargers with 4 tires with the green-white checker. Jeremy Burns sneaks out that win. You know that Deutscher wants to chase him down, but averages across the board, they're a little bit quicker, but not that much. Austin Ward fastest that time by a 1:14.3, and that is about 0.8 faster than Jeremy Burns, but the lead just so big right now that I don't think it even matters. We're going to come down and get 4 fresh tires on this number 19 Dodge, and at that point, I don't think it's going to matter. He's going to stretch this run out as far as he can, and even if these guys are saving, it's not going to matter. A no-tire stop would probably be, realistically, the only way anyone could catch the 19, and it's only going to be these 2 guys, Ward and Deutscher, that even have a chance. I think Harrison's kind of fallen out of that window at this point of taking no tires and getting the lead, as he tries to chase down the number 2. The car down pit road, that's Chris Nail coming in now from the 5th spot. A couple cars behind him. It's like the number 8 car down the way. Carter Lynn's coming in the number 3. Daryl Flanagan in front of him. Quick spots at his hit pit road. He's down and done. Quentin Stewart hit it as well. Back into the top 10 for the 83 car. Zach Ravalli has got the 800 M&M's Ford Fusion back up in 4 tires. But down and away here for Nail and West. Cold tires must have got the best of him. The 17 car down into pit road. Let's go back on the instant replay and find out what happened to him. We're going to back this up just a little bit more. Looks like it happens out of the carousel here. This car just steps out on him over top of the, over top of that transition. A hard impact to the tire barrier on the inside wall. And that probably does it there for the 17 car. He's having such a good run. More cars down pit road. Jeremy Burns is in as well. Andrew Allen going to stay out and try to lead a lap here. 23 laps on this stint, and Burns going to try to chase him down before he can do so. Austin Ward out not too far behind. So the lead grow a little bit here. About 6 seconds. So he shaves 2 seconds off on the pit stop. But what can Jeremy Burns stretch it out to? In the 8 car, here comes the 19 through the bus stop, just out of that frame there. Can the 8 car of Allen get a lap led here? Does he have to bring it down pit road before he can do so? Can he coast across the line to get one and take it away from the 19? Some cars smoking around turn 7. And it looks like Allen's going to stay out one more, and he's going to get a lap led. Burns says, okay, that's enough. You got that one. I've got much fresher tires, and here I come. And watch the closing speed here through the S's. I guarantee you he's going to be back at the back bumper of that 8 car when we reach the bus stop. just like that, on the back bumper. Gonna allow maybe a moment here for the 8. He's trying to get clear of the 5. Wisnowski, and they'll get by him on the outside, but pressing the issue. The 19 now looking like he's gonna take it on the outside. Door closed there by the 8. He's gonna try to lead another one. So 2 laps led maybe for Allen. We'll have to wait and see what the 19 does with this move. He's being very patient here. Oh, a little loose moment there for the 8 car. And now across the line, a drag race. The 19's going to take it. It's a little fight there from Old Tires. They're good to go for the remainder of this race. About 20 minutes left to go. We're cutting it close on time. But because cautions are turned off, we should absolutely make it to the end of this race. Some drivers that are a few laps down, maybe not the case. Zach White, 3 laps. Well, actually, 5 laps down overall. 3 laps to the next position of Ethan Wisnowski. Austin Dowdy, 10 laps down. Rodrigo a lap down. Darrell Flanagan, Kevin West, Patrick Hernandez. And West gets it back out there on the racetrack. But the reason that he's so far behind, he had to tow to pit road. They have a fast repair on these machines. But unfortunately, that doesn't do any good if you can't limp it back to pit road. And the way he hit that tire barrier, the 17 of West, just looking to try to get a top 10 here tonight. But he's got a solid 8 seconds to catch up to Patrick Hernandez in the number 91, who just goes a lap down for the 19 of Burns. So riding here in the 11th spot with Hernandez, and paint schemes say teammates. 2 Evernham Motorsports drivers. Hill Pushers Racing Team, 91. Rodrigo in the 33, Austin Downey in the 88, and the number 19, we got the 91 that we're on board with. The number 19 of Jeremy Burns, who just passed his teammate. Let's put him a lap down. Austin Ward really turning up the heat here. You saw the deficit when they came down pit road. It was about 8 seconds, and the 16 of Ward has the lead down to under 3 now. About 16 laps to go as they cross the line. 15 now as they cross in. I tell you, Ward just biding his time. He might have something for Burns here. Might be an upset in the midst. We'll wait and see, as a lot of drivers have made mistakes here tonight as they started to catch up. Allie Harrison gets back ahead of the 2 car, and Deutscher back on the battle. We saw this run happen at the beginning of the race. About 7-8 laps in, Harrison just couldn't keep it in front of him any longer. Let's see if he can last longer this time around as they go into the bus stop. Deutscher being very patient. Here's the 33 in front of him of Rodrigo, but they're going to have to navigate around, moving up out of the way through the carousel. And well timed there by the 33 to let these 2 battle it out. More racing as they go into the final 2 turns. Little mistake there in turn 6, but a good drive off here of 7. He's going to get really close to the outside wall. And down the front straightaway, the 2 car has the advantage. He closes in another 10th that time by. Through the S's, a little peek to the inside and turn 2. Nothing there. As they approach the bus stop chicane, he has the draft. Meanwhile, while that battle goes on, the deficit to the lead down to under 2 seconds there briefly. The Miller Genuine Draft Ford Mustang bringing the heat here for the closing laps. 12 to go now. Riding on the back of Jeremy Burns. So 11 seconds back to your third place driver, Harrison. Harrison still slightly under fire, 0.3 of a second. We go back to Quentin Stewart, who's fought his way back up to 7th after that spin through the carousel on lap 14. Now recovered up here with about 10 to go. Still has a shot at possibly 6th spot. He's going to have to catch Carter Lenz, who's well within reach, 1.5 seconds ahead in 6th. Andrew Allen lost the position after pit stops, falls back to 8th. Zach Rivali. We saw the problems that he was having with the wall, with spinning, all kinds of issues, but the 00 is still putting up pretty decent times in a 1:15.8. And keep this thing under him. He could get a top 10 here tonight. He's well ahead of Chris Nail, who will round out your top 10 here tonight. 15 seconds back, almost a full minute from the lead. You can see Jeremy Burns in the background as they came through the bus stop there, catching up to that 48 car. The Deutsch are going at it again. Just hasn't been able to piece it all together and get that pass done. And we've watched the 45 take a lot higher line into the entrance and middle portions of that carousel. And I think that's probably the weakest part of this racetrack for him, because Zach is able to catch up probably a good 2 or 3 tenths through that portion of the racetrack. And as they go into the final 2 turns, he gets right up on the bumper. That's got to be putting the pressure on for Harrison. We still got a lot of racing left to do. He might consider changing that line into the carousel and try to shave off a 10th or 2. He could probably maintain this gap. But nobody's catching up to Ward. Ward starts to fall off, so I think Burns was just saving the tires. We had the lead down below 2 seconds, but as soon as that happened, it stopped right there. And the 19 turns it back on, pulls out to almost 3 seconds as they come through the bus stop. The 19 car navigating the traffic perfectly. He hasn't been held up once by a lap car here tonight. Here he comes to take 9 to go. 2 more turns before that happens. So again, closest battle on the track between 3rd and 4th position. And I wish that we could have got the full immersion of the chaos that is turn 1 here at Watkins Glen. But for as many cars that we still have on the lead lap, I'd say that wasn't too much of an issue. And most of these guys were able to survive it. Talk about survival. Just trying to hold on for dear life. This feels like the last 2 laps at Charlotte now, again for Harrison, trying to get that podium. And let's see if he elects to take that wide entry into the carousel again. He's faster through this portion of the racetrack, and he's able to pull away a little bit from the 2. Actually, a little mistake there through the S's, and now Deutscher's going to have him at the bus stop. They're going to go in single file. The 45's definitely going to have to change his line through here, or the 2 car is going to get the nose in. He pinches it a little bit tighter compared to last time. Keeps Deutscher at bay for another lap. So a good lap there for the 45 of Harrison. Austin Ward falls off another 3/10. Brooks Potts. See him here in the 12. Carter Lenz starting to pull away from Quentin Stewart. The top 10 is pretty much sealed. We'll call it nailed down with the 48. Chris Nail. Top 10 locked. He's a threat to go a lap down as they come off the final 2 turns. Nail a full second slower than your leader, Jeremy Burns. And it's inevitable what's about to happen. We've got plenty of time for it to happen. Based off of these statistics, it looks like we might only have 8 or 7 cars left on the lead lap when things are all said and done. It'll be close for the 19 to catch up in the back of Andrew Allen. I don't see why that wouldn't be possible. There's the pass for another car lap down. Chris Nail going to lose it. And the 45 of Harrison able to hold off the pressure and pull out to about a second lead over the 4th position of Zach Deutscher. Deutscher having a little blinking issue there momentarily, but you can see he changes up that carousel, runs it a lot tighter. 17 West gets really out of shape there on the exit. And now the 45 can use him kind of as a pick as he goes by. Nothing's settled, but it's looking like the 45 of Harrison has prevailed on this run. 6 laps to go. We got plenty of time here at Watkins Glen for something to happen, something dramatic. 4-second lead here for the number 19 of Burns. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for the remaining laps here tonight. You're watching QSR Simulations live on Vspeed.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Back here live with 5 laps to go, and we had something unfold while we were on commercial break, but here for QSR Simulations, the NSR, the No Sweat Racing 100 here at the Glen, it's not been good. And Andrew Allen getting the brunt of this here as we take an instant replay. Rewinding back here, you're looking at the number 3 car. We're going to look at Andrew Allen, who had got around Carter Lenz. Watch this 5 car coming out of the chicane and off the carousel. That's unfortunate there. There's nowhere for the 8 car to go. So a ton of damage on the front of the 8. 4 laps to go though. Jeremy Burns has pulled out back to 5 seconds over your second place driver, Austin Ward. Tyler Harrison, he's back under fire from the 2. Zach Deutscher has not given up. He fell back to almost a full second at one point out of the top 3. And with 4 laps to go, he's going to turn the heat back up on the 45. Riding on the back of the 45 now. Harrison's just doing a phenomenal job at keeping the 2 at bay here. He's done really well with changing his line, which I don't know if he pays attention to the broadcast or not during the races. I doubt that he does. It would be very distracting. I couldn't do it. But a change up there through the carousel. He's doing really well through the S's, and that was really the only part of the track that the 2 is really cutting into his time. So, you know, barring that he doesn't make a mistake through the S's. And man, what a gutsy move there to go between the 5. The 2 car are going to take it. They're going to door bang. And the 5 of Harrison makes a mistake here. The 2 still trying to get it figured out. The 17 of West runs into the back of the 2. It's not over yet. They're going to go back at it. The 2 gets a cut penalty. And the 91 now in the middle. And in the closing laps of this race, they're going to go back at it again. The 2 has no rear bumper. A block there from the 45. 2 laps to go for Jeremy Burns. A bunch of lap traffic here in front of Harrison and Deutscher, and they're going to have to sort it out with 2 laps to go. Hard on the brakes here into 1. Closest battle on the racetrack are these 2 drivers. Actually, we've got Zach Ravalli and Chris Nail about to go at it. I think Ravalli actually just got around, and a big mistake there for Deutscher, and he's sideways in the S's. That's going to do it there for the 2. Can Brooks Potts catch up in time? I don't think he will. Deutscher's going to hold on to it. Let's go back to the replay really quick while we can. And this all starts coming up through the hill on the S's, and not exactly sure what happened to the 2 car, if he got loose on the first turn or if he just hit something. Have to wait here. Yeah, he just snaps free on the exit of 1. A hard impact to the inside wall. Good job avoiding it there for the 5. Back here live. White flag in the air, and it's going to be Jeremy Burns 5 seconds ahead. And a dominating performance, 39 laps led. He's going to get 40 overall. The only other leader we had here tonight was the number 8 of Andrew Allen, who's going to get 8th position here after some troubles with a lap car. and he'll be the last car on the lead lap and sliding it through the bus stop. Maybe a penalty there. But Jeremy Burns gonna seal the deal. 2 more turns left on the track. And a phenomenal job by the 19 team again to go 3 in a row here tonight. Your race winner here tonight for the No Sweat Racing 100. It's the number 19 of Jeremy Burns, the triple threat at QSR. Awesome, we're gonna come through in second position, Tyler Harrison. Another podium finish here, and he earned it here tonight. It was a dogfight through the bus stop, changed up the chicane, changed up the carousel. And he's able to get it done. Slides it off at turn 7. And that's your top 3 here tonight. So as Burns tries to find a good place to do some burnouts, he's just drifting and ripping this thing around the racetrack. Gonna clip the wall there, get a little front end damage. Just a phenomenal drive, dominant performance. He did what the 2 car did last week, but he was able to just seal the deal all the way through. And a full parade lap celebration here. Post-race interviews with your top 3. You're watching QSR Simulations, the No Sweat Racing 100 here at Watkins Glen. We're going to take another quick commercial break. We round up this top 3. And we'll be back live on Vspeed right after this.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The Milo gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes
Swack.
Swack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Back here live from Watkins Glen International. The NSR 100 has concluded its race in a dominant performance from the number 19, Jeremy Burns. We're down here on pit road though with our top 3. We're first going to talk to your 3rd place finisher here tonight. That'll be Tyler Harrison. And we'll catch up with him here down on pit road now with the number 45. And Tyler, you earned it here tonight. I know last week you felt like you just holding on for dear life. You snuck out a 2-tire stop. But this week, you had a dogfight with Zach Deutscher, and you were able to hold him off.
Yeah, I mean, I still felt like I was fighting this week too, but just in a different way. I mean, these cars are so tricky on road courses, especially with this high horsepower. But yeah, man, God, that's not how I wanted to take podium. Unfortunately, I feel so bad for Zach. it's just so tough having to fight for position through that bus stop and not make contact. So I feel bad that we couldn't have duked it out because I mean I think there was truthfully a chance he probably could have got past me. My tires were absolutely shot, but yeah, I mean qualified P2, Mr. Detail Ceramic Pro Chevrolet was absolutely on rails. It's definitely a short run car and just tried to make the most out of the long run, but super happy with another podium. Like I said last week, you just gotta keep it consistent and keep on going.
Yeah, we witnessed that. Was about two to go. You guys duked it out. I know the contact is unfortunate, but it looked like Deutscher had another opportunity after he got a cutting penalty, had to slow up. You got back around him. The 91 just flew in between you two, and then you had to check up.
Yeah.
So it was just organized chaos. And so I thought maybe Deutscher was going to have another chance there, but ultimately lost it. But I mean, you earned the third place. You got back ahead of him after the pit stops, and you held on to it. It looked like you changed your line there in the chicane, and you were able to run a little bit longer to stay ahead of him.
Yeah, it's just all about finding grip, especially with how fast the rears wear. Um, he's got to keep on searching for the right line on this track, and just kind of keep on being as defensive as you can. But yeah, I'm just super happy I'm able to squeak out a podium and keep this third place run going. Hopefully, we could turn that third into a second and second to a first at some point this season.
Well, I tell you, keep finishing at the top three. It's going to be right around the corner. You're doing something right. Tyler Harrison, third place here tonight. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out?
Just shout out to everybody at QSR. Shout out to sponsors, Mr. Detail. Like I said, Ceramic Pro Cleveland, Evans Studios, Cars and Wings. And just shout out to your broadcasting. I mean, you liven the show up and really put on an awesome broadcast. So I appreciate your work and what you're able to showcase. Because I mean, this is arguably our most popular series that we've done in having a1 broadcaster like you definitely helps liven everything up and really showcase all the drivers we got in here. It's pretty awesome.
I appreciate that, Tyler. And thank you for your time. We'll put you back in there, and hopefully we get to talk to you again. I know we got a couple more races here before the chase, so it's coming down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, hopefully Bristol will be another shot for P3. I'm usually decent at that track, but we'll see what happens and definitely try to do the best we can for the rest of the season. Be all right. Be all right.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Tyler Harrison, your third place finisher. Now we're going to your second place driver. That's be Austin Ward. And Austin, I tell you, man, you had some drive back there after the pit stops. Thought you were going to catch up to Burns. You had it down under 2 seconds, but he just turned the heat right back up as soon as you got that lead cut down.
Oh yeah, he was quick. I kind of knew from the beginning I wasn't going to catch him, and figured he was taking it pretty easy on the tires with a big lead. We ran into a lot of lap traffic, so that was another factor that came into play. But yeah, he was quick. I had never really thought I was going to catch him, so that was about my only time I could have gotten to him. But yeah, I kind of figured where I was going to sit.
Well, we watched the battles, Deutscher and Harrison. After you got around them, you had Kevin West there on your rear bumper. You started back out the top 5, and you really had to work hard to get up there to second position. How tough was that navigating cars on the lead lap?
It wasn't too bad. I knew I was going to take it easy the first few laps or so, just get a feel for the car. I still wasn't quite used to it. And me and Tyler had a good run there. I could see he was overdriving a little bit, so I was just being patient and waiting for the right time to get by him, and it's pretty much how it worked out.
Well, after it all worked out, you got a podium here tonight. It's pretty safe to say that you enjoy driving on road courses. What do we have in store for Bristol next week?
That's a good question. I need to get some good qualifying in, and that'll probably be the deciding factor. It's been pretty clean racing, so I'm not too worried about that, but it is Bristol, so I guess we'll see.
It's a gymnasium with cars in it is what they compare it to.
Yeah.
So good luck out there. Appreciate your time. Do you have anybody that you'd like to thank or shout out while we got you up here?
Oh yeah, I'll just shout out the team: Brooks, Daryl, Bryant, and Joe. We practice quite a bit together, and it's always fun. We learn a lot from each other. We had a pretty good finish tonight. Brooks did really well. Daryl unfortunately had a speeding penalty, so that didn't help too much. But overall, we did a pretty good job.
Well, Austin, we appreciate your time. Second place here. Congratulations. And we look forward to next week. Maybe get to talk to you again post-race.
Yeah, thank you.
There's your second place finisher of the night here at Watkins Glen. It's Austin Ward in the number 16. And finally, we come down to victory lane. It's 3 in a row here for the number 19 team. They put it on at Charlotte, snuck it away, put it on at Michigan, just out of nowhere. And now we got him down here. I got your headset back on now. I see you. I tell you, man, it was a tough battle, though, with some of the lap traffic. It looked like you had some struggles with trying to navigate at times. But you really never turned it down. I think the second run, it looked like you turned it down a little bit. But as soon as the 16 got it with under 2 seconds, you were back to pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about these Gen 4s is keeping the rear tires underneath of you and not burn up the fronts as well when you're, pushing it as hard as you can. And really, once I got out to, what was it, like an 8-second lead, I decided that I wanted to kind of relax and navigate the lap traffic to where I could keep a healthy gap between me and second. And, I mean, all the credit to Austin. I mean, he did an amazing job there navigating as well and getting it back towards 2 seconds. But as soon as those pit stops happened, I said, you know what, all right, I'm going to take it from about 65, 70% to 80, 85% and just see what I can do. And then it got down to, I think it was like 5 or 4 to go. And it ended up being like, it's 4 or 5 second gap. And I was like, all right, just coast it home here. Cause I mean, as long as I don't lose a second a lap, I'm good.
So coasting it around this place, doing what you have to do, just pacing yourself. But that first run, I don't think you ever turned it down. You pulled out to almost a 9-second lead, and it looked like you were cutting the track through the bus stop. Every tenth of a second you could get, it looked like you were trying to find it.
Yeah, a lot of the time to be made up is here at the bus stop, and then being able to kind of transfer that into the carousel without killing the front tires. And another thing was managing the throttle coming up through the S's. A lot of people are burning their stuff up really early, and then once they burn their stuff up and you have yours, it's just an exponential gain each lap. You'll gain 2/10, then 4/10, just because when the tires fall off like that, it's just insane. And if you can keep them underneath of you and be able to kind of maintain going to the bus stop there, you'll be fine.
Well, maintain you did. Congratulations on 3 in a row. This should put you up into the top 3 or top 10 in points now. I know last week we said that it was going to happen and you just missed the cut there. But after this week, into the top 10, and now we officially have a top 10 driver that has a win under their belt. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out?
I gotta shout out my mom and dad, my girlfriend Josie, Dylan, my uncles, Coach P and Sonny, my grandma, Miss Betsy, longtime supporters, Julie, Derek, Caroline, Shannon, Belinda, Jessica, Alex, Carter, and Colton. Any other supporters that are out there, the boys, Tyler, Quinn, Chris, Carter. I gotta shout out Dowdy and my teammates, Christian and Patrick. They did an amazing job today, kind of just cheered me on. And Dowdy got caught up in something, so he was kind of being my crew chief there for a little bit. So I gotta give him a big shout out. And gotta shout out Chapman Environmental. Love them. Dodge, Mopar. And yeah, I think that's it.
Jeremy, the list keeps getting longer and longer. You keep winning these races, you're going to run out of breath, guy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess everyone likes a winner, right?
I guess. Hey, man, when you're on top, you fall. It's a hell of a fall down. So just keep up the momentum, carry it into Bristol, and maybe we'll get to talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you. And shout out you as well, because you did an amazing job.
Well, thank you. I kind of dropped the ball here tonight. I tried VR for the first time. Had my resolution all messed up. Couldn't get into the sim. Everything was broken. So we made it though. We got to see all 40 laps led here tonight, and congratulations on the victory.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So there he is, the number 19, Jeremy Burns, getting the win. And ultimately it come down to 40 laps led. The only other leader here tonight was the number 8 car, Andrew Allen. So that concludes our race here tonight. Let's get post-race here. Bring that finishing order up on your screen now. three that we just talked to, and then it's Zach Deutscher with the problems through the S's, through the bus stop. Still a great day, though, for the number 2 in the 4th spot. We got Brooks Potts in the top 5 with the number 12. Quentin Stewart rallies back to 6th after Carter Lenz and Andrew Allen have the problems that they have. Stewart's able to recover. You got Chris Nail in the 9th spot. Zach Ravalli in 10th. Kevin West, he's going to come home in 11th position. Patrick Hernandez is going to come home in 12th spot with Daryl Flanagan in 13th. Christian Ruck-Riegel in 14th. Joshua Thornton 15th. Easton Wisnowski, Zach White, Austin Dowdy, Joe Weaver, and David Culpepper. Car did not grid here tonight in the 32, but he was on the sim when the session began, so he'll be scored in the 20th position. It was a good one here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. I would like to apologize to QSR for kind of dropping the ball and having a late start. Resolution changed, a lot of things that I broke, but we'll get it all squared back away after the holiday season. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, and we're looking forward to New Year's, so enjoy that as well. But for everybody at Vspeed that puts this together, Adam Baker, Eddie Smith, Morgan Cook, Connor Horn, Alec Martinez, and everyone else that's going to be a part of this broadcast, I'd like to thank you for watching tonight. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a single race when we go live back again here on Thursday night. The QSR Simulations Racing Cup Chase for the Cup. Until then, take care, everybody, and have a great weekend.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America.